The church needs more leaders. We need leaders who can speak and live effectively in the world in which we live. We need the next generation of leaders. And I will tell you, looking out over the horizon, it starts looking a little thin. And I think many of us are realizing that unless we do something about that, the future of the church is really in jeopardy. You know, as a pastor, we put so much time and love and energy into the raising up of our kids, right? Our own kids, our church family kids, from the moment of baptism all the way up to confirmation, and really get to know these kids as they're becoming adults and starting to own their own faith. You pour all that life into a student. They go off to college, and then it seems like we oftentimes lose them. And my question is, where could we make an investment that would ensure that those kids stay the course of the faith and don't drop between those cracks?
Bellefield as a church is situated right in the middle of a big university in an urban setting. To do college ministry is kind of the obvious thing for us to do, but more than that, it's been something that the church has really wholeheartedly embraced and seen as a particular calling that we have. And the CCO is just a wonderful resource for that. We've partnered with the CCO for, I think, about 45 years, so we've had a long-standing partnership. It's just woven into the very fabric of who we are as a church. The wealth of experience that the CCO brings organizationally to this, it's an incredibly valuable opportunity for us. I think probably just the idea that the CCO holds so dearly about seeing ministry happen within the context of the local church is something that sets them apart, and to give students an understanding of what that means so that when they go out from here and they think, well, I don't have a campus fellowship group anymore, they're not just adrift on the open seas. They say, no, I know what it looks like to be a part of a local congregation. I know what it looks like to worship with an intergenerational group of people. I know what it looks like to be poured into and discipled and cared for, and so I'm gonna find that.
We want students to have a deep passion and love for Scripture. We all know the reality where students don't know the Scripture. We're on a state university campus where students don't even know a lot of the stories that we all knew growing up. And so every week, students are hearing Scripture. Every week, student leaders are learning how to teach the Scripture. And then spread over their college career, they have a deep love and a passion for Scripture.
So what a CCO person does, what David does for us, is he helps us to contextualize the gospel as it relates to college students. And the church needs someone to help them understand, learn, and contextualize. I mean, if you want to look at it as a mission field, how do we understand this people group? They have particular qualities that are distinctive over and against the previous generations. Help us to understand them so we can speak in a way that they will hear the good news of Jesus. We need a leadership pipeline. Our local church needs it. Our denomination needs it. I think the church as a whole needs it. And when I was at the Jubilee Conference, I looked out over the whole convention center and saw 4,000 college students. I looked at the next generation of leaders, and I had great hope for the church. And I think as we look down the road, we need to have hope that God has the next generation of leaders in store. The question is, will we partner with the organizations that help us get there from here?